Welcome back to another video. You can't hear it right now, but it's actually raining, so it's pretty nice and dark in my room. But yeah, what you saw in the beginning was just some studies that I had been doing. I was trying to improve some stuff, but it was on a completely different day, so unfortunately it would not reflect in these figures to come. I just decided to draw a bunny guy. I actually have a character who's a bunny guy, and this isn't exactly him. Kind of over time, I added some stuff from his character. Obviously, he's not a real bunny, but he's a really dangerous guy, and I've drawn him on here before, I believe. It's just been a while. But yeah, I definitely struggle with these, and I add in a couple more another day, and for some reason that day, even though I actually felt a little bit better, I did draw his legs a little short. And I didn't recognize that until later when I had already finished filming, so I didn't adjust it, but it's okay. So yeah, I wasn't going for anything crazy with this. I wasn't trying to make anything perfect. I just wanted to just scribble. I used to do this a lot. Just draw characters for hours. This was not hours, but yeah, just sit and draw for a long time. Just whatever came to mind. I wouldn't hold myself back from anything. If I wanted to draw anything, I was allowed. Whatever got me drawing could keep me drawing. So that's why I didn't really limit myself to anything. I wasn't really worried about nudity or whatever because I didn't have to show anything, so I didn't have to worry about, oh, well, I can't show that because I'll get in trouble on Instagram because it has a butt or, something like that. So I never really worried about that kind of stuff and just let myself draw freely. I would draw buildings, I would practice drawing motorcycles, bottles of different types. I really like doing bottles of different types, and lanterns. Lanterns are really cool. Actually, I have, or I guess had, because they moved away, but they do still occasionally return. I had some neighbors that collected really old lanterns, and they were the coolest. Like the old oil lamps and things like that. Yeah, they had tons of them. And when we would go over and help them clean up their house, I was always taking pictures of those awesome lamps because, yeah, you never know when you're going to want to draw something like that. They're very, very cool. And I tried to do a pose here, but I struggled with it a lot. For some reason, I couldn't visualize it in my head, so I'm thinking I might have to either go search out a pose that's similar or ask my brother if he will pose for me so that I can either take a picture or just sketch it very quickly. Most of the time, whatever I can imagine, I can draw. And not that I can draw it well, but I can draw it and be okay-ish with it. So it was just one of those days, which was okay because I had fun drawing anyways. And like I said, whatever gets you drawing keeps you drawing, so I actually really thought about giving him some tattoos, but then I knew I was going to have to try to draw them in every single picture after that, and decided not to, but he does have tattoos. So does my character from that story with Tiberius that I've spoken about before. Nash has a few tattoos himself. He can't put like a bunch over some of the scars that he has because they're kind of deep, but he does have a few where he can fit them. Mostly because he used to have a roommate who did tattoos and was practicing. Otherwise, he's been broke as a joke for most of his life, so. This was just me trying to think about the body a bit more instead of just adding the head immediately. So And I do think that the body turned out a little bit better. It's just something that I mess up occasionally. But the longer you scribble, the more you remember things. And that always helps. I'm still having some allergies, so don't mind me, but I'm not ill, so thank goodness, because, man, I was sick for so long last time. It was so annoying. I wanted to look like he was coming through a window, but I didn't draw in the whole window. And I also made the ball weird and crooked on that other hand because I didn't care. Then I started thinking about like ways to make him emote that would be a little bit funny. In one of my drawings of him, he actually has a kind of like a digital mask thing. And that's how you actually see what his expressions are. Just because I thought that would be really cool. And there was a lot of bands and stuff at the time that did that whenever I made him. Because he's really old. He's just a mess about character. Gets into a lot of trouble. Is actually a pretty chill dude. He's in kind of a gang. But yeah, it's it's not a really bad gang. Or it wasn't at the time. He definitely got into a lot of fights. I'm sorry, I just keep getting... I get caught up listening to the rain. I almost wish that I could record it for you guys, but it's such a calm rain, it's not really hard. So, I can't really... I even turned off the fan in here, hoping that maybe it would catch some of it, but... almost guarantee you that when I go through and edit it, because I do all of my voiceover stuff on Audacity, and then I have to go through and edit it, so it takes me twice as long. But yeah, I end up knocking out the background noise and adjusting my voice volume so that you guys can actually hear me. And yeah, it's probably gonna disappear. I was trying to do bodies how I used to, where I just put in like a quick rough indicator of where the rib cage and the pelvis are. Especially for guys, I just do very simple shapes. If you've ever seen my how to draw bodies video, it's still roughly true. I would love to kind of rewatch that myself, because I do fall in and out of it, and whenever I go and watch it, it does remind me of things to put back into practice, and sometimes helps when I'm having weird times, I guess because I haven't drawn enough. I don't know what I was doing with the hand there. But his face makes me laugh. Reminds me of a really old cartoon that I used to watch. Yeah, without thinking, I did the, like, kochi kochi hand gesture, the, like, come here thing that they do in animes. So, I was like, well, I'll make it work. That's fine. I love giving people weird belt buckles. I have my whole life. For a really long time, everyone just got a skull belt buckle, and I really wanted one myself. That's really cool. The market that we would go to or whatever, we would set up our table with all of our stuff from our Etsy shop, and very occasionally some bikers would come through, and they were always like way nice to me, so that was nice. Not like I thought they would be mean or anything, but I've had a couple people go in and, they have things to say that are completely unnecessary. And I'm just like, okay, dude. Whatever you say. But a lot of the bikers they always ask, did you make all of this stuff yourself? Making sure, I guess, I'm not just selling someone else's designs, maybe. And yeah, I drew everything. And especially when I have my iPad, I'm like, I could show you. Like, I don't care. And no, after that, they're chill. And they'll come and look at things, very polite, and every single time, which is my whole point of this, every single time they all have the coolest, most unique belt buckles I have ever seen. So I think this one is the last one I drew for that day. I wanted to add more, but I needed to go do something. So yeah, I had to call it there, which was unfortunate because I think you can actually see as I'm drawing the difference that it's making to the art as I'm warming up. I think it's important to show that sometimes it takes a while. Oh wait, it's after these. I lied. Yeah, it's after these little guys. But yeah, you can see that there's a big shift between my first drawings down into newer drawings, and it definitely changes the confidence level, and I get a little faster. I'm not as worried about making things a bit messy because they clean up. I love making these dumb little characters out of the designs I make. I kind of think it would be funny if it was something that he drew. Or, you know, maybe the kid that he hangs out with. I kind of assume it's like a nephew or something. Maybe the kid he hangs out with kind of likes to draw him as a bunny. So this is a different day. It seemed a little seamless, but I didn't move my canvas around just so that when I came back to it, because I planned to draw more, it wouldn't move you around all over and feel jumpy. So right here I do make his legs too short, and I didn't give him as much of a torso as I usually do. I don't know. Again, it was my first little bit of drawing. I have a sticker that I need to do, which I mentioned, and so I needed to stop and work on that. Because my friend is doing some stickers and she wanted to collaborate, and we've talked about collaborating on different things before. So I was like, hell yeah, just tell me what you want me to draw. I will draw it. And for the most part, it's up to me, and I have to go a bit simple because it's been a while, but it's okay. This hand is garbage. Look at that. Blech. It's fine. That's okay. Clearly I didn't care enough to fix it because I knew even at the time that it was not great. And the idea was supposed to be that he's shading his eyes from the light, but you'll watch as soon as I put some shading on his little helmet thing, I immediately ruined the direction of the light for that. So that's cool of me. You know, maybe there's just multiple light sources. Who's to say? Figured I might move my mouse over so I can actually see how much time is left. And I had to add in his bat. His bat's actually way more gnarly for the proper character. They're sitting on like a train or a bus or something. Then I wanted to draw the kid kind of in the helmet, and the helmet's too big. It's not his real nephew, by the way. Just this girl that he kind of gets along with. I was struggling with this, I don't know why, but the body was just not... I was making it too small. And I don't know if it was like the helmet thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is it ended up a little bit weird, but... I think I could do it better right now. Because I have been sketching on paper and everything. And that does help, and... also from working on that sticker, because I was doing a lot of inking yesterday. The only downside is it rains and my hand gets so sore, especially the knuckle next to my pointer finger on my right hand. It's something my parents have too, so I just assume it's just genetic. Then I wanted to do another side profile of him because the other one just looked a little strange, a little too masculine maybe. So I went back through and did this, which I think is the last one. I like to pull the shoulders forward because every single time I see someone with their back bent like that, they're usually pulling their arms forward and resting them on something. So yeah, that's the finished picture. I hope that you liked it. Let me know what you thought. I really appreciate you watching. Have a good day or night, and bye.